Good evening, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber, I get a new subscriber and I also read a page from a book of my choice. So in this video, I am going to be reviewing this volume of manga called Mobile Suit Gandam Thunderbolt. Um, Now, this has about 250 pages and I rated it 2 out of 5 stars and I'll go into detail as to why. I actually read most of this during my live stream just a couple of minutes ago, so feel free to check that out if you wish to. Um, but I read this without priorly reading the blurb, so this part at the back over here. I went into this blindly and didn't even check what was written on the back. I don't think you should, in order for a story to be enjoyable. You don't really have to know what it's about if it's really good, but otherwise, since I didn't read it, I was just very confused. There are so many characters and so much action, yet so little context. For instance, many questions were left unanswered for me because I really couldn't understand what was going on. What are they fighting for? Where did the suits even come from? Who even is in charge, and what is the point of including romance amongst all the confusion that the fighting creates? Those were some of the questions that I was asking both myself and I was curious to see whether the author and the illustrator, whose name is Yasuo Ohtagaki, would answer my questions, but I suppose he never really did manage to do that properly. I guess I know of the main characters called Eo Fleming and also Daryl, but otherwise I have no clue who they are and why they hate each other. But there is this cool thing about them both listening to music, I believe, and that is why I suppose I rated this first volume 2 stars because of the aspect of the music included there, and it's all contraband pirated music, so that is just pretty cool in my opinion. I am sure that the series will improve over time, but so far I am certainly not impressed. I was reading another review, and there was this person who mentioned how it always was better in anime form, and it never does translate so well when it's in manga form. And I kind of believe the review, to be honest, because that was my experience. To be fair, I've never watched the anime, and I don't really know what the concept of Gundam is. Um, I wasn't really given any information. Um, I'm sure that, yeah, as I mentioned, it will improve, but one more thing I wanted to bring up is how that this was either inspired by Transformers or it happened the other way around because they look way too much like Transformers, and that is also pretty cool. Um, Even though the action sequences are very um, brilliant, I suppose they are also cool looking. I don't know why the fighting is happening and what both sides are even fighting for. There is this place called Zeon mentioned, and also more. Earth is also mentioned here and there, but I really don't understand the connection when the fighting scenes happen. This is also quite a technological read. There is a lot of technology involved, and it's quite advanced sort of technology. And there are also several people who are amputees, which I suppose can be regarded as inclusive, despite the certain charring terms that are used here and there as well. I think that the art is fine personally. It's not a bad form of art, and it looks great in my opinion. However, I think that the writing is the problem. There is very little writing. There is quite too much art and too little writing, and without much writing, there isn't the context. The art doesn't really give us all the context necessary to understand the story. As I mentioned, I've never watched the anime, nor do I understand what Gundam is, so if you do, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Um, if you've read this, let me know what you think. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the first volume of Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt. If you like the series, let me know in the comment section as well. Let me know what you know about it that I do not, and help me understand it better. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one very, very soon. Bye, guys.